In the summer of 2025, I found myself standing in the heart of Google's headquarters in Mountain View, California, getting an inside look at something that, frankly, I hope I'll never need to use. But then again, it could be the one feature that saves your life one day. I'm talking about the Pixel 9's Satellite SOS tool, a revolutionary feature designed to keep you connected and safe when traditional cellular service fails. Google's Satellite SOS is a bold leap forward in safety tech, especially for those of us who spend time in areas where there's no reliable cell signal or Wi-Fi. And trust me, the potential impact this tool could have on emergency response is nothing short of game-changing. This was a long way from the days in 1999 when I was driving a 16,000-pound Mitsubishi delivery truck across the icy roads of Milwaukee. Back then, the best safety feature I had in my corner was the Qualcomm QCP860 cell phone my boss had given me for emergencies. It was a bulky device by today's standards, but it brought me a sense of security, especially in the dead of winter when the roads were slippery, and I was on my own, hauling overnight deliveries. Having that cell phone meant I could call for help, or even just talk to my boss, if anything went wrong. It was, in many ways, my lifeline. Fast forward 25 years, and our phones have become far more than just tools to make calls. They've become central to our lives, helping us navigate, stay connected, and increasingly keep us safe. Enter the Pixel 9 series, which comes packed with a suite of impressive safety features including the all-new Satellite SOS. This feature, which launched just months ago, is designed to help people in emergency situations by using satellites to contact emergency services when there's no cell service or Wi-Fi around. It's a feature that has already made waves, even with its early rollout. Stephanie Scott, the group product manager for Pixel phones at Google, told me that the company had already received success stories from users who'd been able to use Satellite SOS in critical moments. "It's awesome to see people using it successfully," she said. "I personally enjoy knowing that it's there when I'm hiking, especially in coastal areas where reception can be spotty. It's this sort of real-world reliability that really makes Satellite SOS such an intriguing development. No one wants to be in a situation where they need it, but knowing it's there is incredibly reassuring." Satellite SOS is part of Google's broader strategy to integrate safety features into their devices, sitting alongside tools like fall detection and car crash detection. It's clear that safety is one of Google's key priorities, especially as smartphones become increasingly essential to our everyday lives. And the company isn't alone in embracing satellite connectivity. Apple, T-Mobile, and SpaceX are also venturing into this space, with the goal of ensuring that, no matter where you are, whether you're hiking in the mountains, stranded in the wilderness, or stuck in an area without cell service, you'll always have a lifeline. While I was at Google, I had the chance to test out Satellite SOS firsthand. And let me tell you, it's as simple as it is impressive. The idea behind it is that when you dial 911 in a situation where there's no cellular coverage, a prompt will automatically appear on the Pixel 9, offering you the option to connect to a satellite. Aisha Sharif, the product manager for Pixel software at Google, explained how easy they've made it for users to access Satellite SOS in those panic-stricken moments. "You don't need to do anything special," she said. "The moment you try to dial 911 in a location without service, the Satellite SOS button appears." To simulate a real-world emergency, I was given a Pixel 9 Pro to test out the system. First, I was placed in a shielded box, which blocked all radio signals, mimicking a situation where the phone would lose its connection to a network. As soon as I lost service, a small satellite icon popped up in the top right corner of the screen. Normally, this area would display a 5G or LTE symbol, but now, with no cellular reception, the phone knew it was time to switch over to satellite communication. When I tried calling 911, the call didn't go through. Instead, the Satellite SOS button appeared at the bottom of the dial pad, ready to launch me into a series of prompts designed to help assess the situation. This is where Satellite SOS gets its power, a brief, user-friendly questionnaire that collects vital information about the emergency. For instance, you can choose from options like illness or injury, vehicle or vessel, lost, missing, or trapped, crime, fire, or something else. Depending on what you select, additional questions are asked to fine-tune the response. When I selected fire, I was immediately asked whether anyone was injured or in immediate danger, and what was on fire. The whole process took mere seconds to complete, but every second counts in an emergency. Once done, the phone preps the message to send. A prompt advises users to move outside and find a clear view of the sky, critical since satellites are moving at 17,000 miles per hour, and you'll need a direct line of sight for a strong connection. In my case, with nearby buildings partially blocking my view, it took a few steps away from the structures before the connection could be established. But once I was in the right spot, it didn't take long, around 30 seconds or so, for the Pixel 9 Pro to connect to the satellite and establish the communication. From there, I received an SMS confirmation that my emergency questionnaire had been successfully sent to emergency services. Depending on the situation, you might even get follow-up messages asking for additional details. It's not instantaneous, and the connection can sometimes take longer, especially if you're in a more remote or obstructed area, but the process was as smooth as it could be in such a critical situation. Satellite SOS works exclusively on the Pixel 9 series, Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This is because the 9 series includes a modem capable of sending and receiving messages through satellites. Older Pixel models, unfortunately, aren't equipped with this technology. But the system doesn't just rely on Google's infrastructure. The company has partnered with Garmin Response, a 24-hour answering service that helps triage emergency situations, and Skylo, a satellite service provider that facilitates the actual satellite communication. It's an impressive blend of technologies, all working together to create a lifeline when you need it most. Currently, the service is only available in the continental U.S., and you'll need Google Messages set as your default messaging app for satellite SOS to work. The first 2 years are free, but beyond that, the pricing structure remains unclear. However, just like Apple's similar satellite SOS feature for iPhone 14 models and newer, Google's initiative represents a huge leap in emergency preparedness and could save lives. In the grand scheme of things, satellite SOS is a feature I hope never to use. But knowing that it's there, that it works, and that it could be the difference between life and death in a remote location is incredibly reassuring. In a world where we depend on our smartphones for nearly everything, having a tool that can keep us connected even in the most challenging situations is nothing short of revolutionary. And while we're still in the early stages of satellite connectivity, it's clear that this is just the beginning. Who knows where this technology will take us in the coming years? One thing's for sure, the future of emergency communication is looking brighter and safer than ever before.